Fat Fives Football Week 11 highlights for you now, and you can see on screen all 12 games we have available for you as we hurtle towards the end of the season. Look at the team lineups for the second last week, starting with Parmesan Belgrade. They are a little bit shy on players today, but Luke, Stephen, Ben, Martin and new joiner Paddy to the team, all available. And then they're able to call upon Stevie, Zach once again, and David from the Commissioner squad to help boost up their chances in this week's fixtures. Next team we're looking at this week's Flaberdeen team. They're looking stronger this week with a good number of players available, including the return of Stuart and Beans after a long time absence from the squad this season. Captain Paul available, with Dan as well being available. Craig, Jamie and Terry all ready to try and get them some points to change their movement in the league. Scrandinavia are mighty close to securing the league this week, and they've got a massive team available, and you think that maybe word's got around that they can clinch it this week. 11 players available: Wayne, Mike, Ryan, Lewis, Matthew, Chris, Thomas, Adam, Homer, Champers and Paul, all available for them this week as he looks to try and secure the title. O.B City line up next, and Captain Willie can call upon Nathan, Lewis, Craig, Matthew, Goggs and Adam this week as they look to try and get themselves in a comfortable mid-league position, but also going for the weight loss title in a back-to-back defence of that shield. Rapid Viennetta line up for week 11 now, and their form has been dipping recently. They're still holding on to second place, but Ivory Toast is closing them down, and they will want to try and get control of that second place this week with this lineup. James, Aidan, Graham, Cal, Lewis all available from the main lineup, and Rapid Viennetta calling upon Jack, Martin and Timber from Commissioner's team to help out this week with numbers. Fatburn Rovers squad up next, and James can call upon Terry, Sean, Robbie, Matthew, Mitchell, Stephen and Finlay to aid them this week as they look to continue their impressive turn in fortunes that's put them in a very secure position, battling with OB in the middle of the table and with a possible outside chance of vying for last minute title clinching. Ivory Toast up next, and they're looking to try and steal that second place away from Rapid Viennetta. Lewis, Greg, Liam, Faustine, Connor, Chucky, Neil and Ian all from the main lineup available this week, and Lenny coming in from Commissioner squad to give them that little bit of a boost as they go hunting for that second place. And finally for this week we have the Bayern Bru lineup, which has been light in recent weeks, but this week delighted to say they have a number of players available for them this week. Colin, Roscoe, Taylor, Gareth, Leaps, Craig, Andrew, Cheesy and Martin all available for Bayern Bru this week as they look to move away from the bottom of the table further. And looking at the league table before we get started, Scrandinavia also close to clinching that league title, but they've just got a little bit more to do this week. Rapid Viennetta in second, closely followed behind by Ivory Toast. Fatburn Rovers will be sitting in the middle of the table, Flaberdeen 6th and Bayern Bru just in front of Parmesan Belgrade at the bottom of the table. First game of week 11 sees Ivory Toast versus Scrandinavia. Ivory Toast in yellow shooting left to right. Scrandinavia in red shooting right to left. This is one of the three games that Scrandinavia will be looking to win in order to get themselves in a position where they could be clinching the title this week, depending on how other results go. And early on here, Chris with an opportunity in front of Ivory Toast, goals, but leaves it to Champer. Does a nice little turn there and looks to get him a little bit of space before he gets the shot away potentially, but is being closed down there and is looking for some support here. Finds it in Homer, and will Homer take the shot from distance? He does! And the dummy there from Champers potentially helping it into the back of the net. But Scrandinavia, most importantly, have got themselves the early goal in this game. And will that be the catalyst that gets them going towards the league title? A league title they have not won in almost 5 seasons now, after winning it back-to-back first and second seasons. Will Ivory Toast to come back into this game and get an equaliser? Still plenty of time for all that sort of action to happen, but Scandinavia Grizzly march on as Liam in front of goals there had an opportunity to spoil the party, but it's saved by Wayne in goals, who has been ever present for Scandinavia so far this season. He'll be delighted that he is there. Champers with the long shot there, and it's a wonderful finish by Champers, placed into the top corner. Nothing to be done there by Ian in goals there. And Scrandinavia have put themselves in a strong position already with 2 goals to the good. Lovely finish there from Champer, shot from distance, placed perfectly, and even though Ian gets the hand out there, there's nothing he can do about that. And Scrandinavia off to a brilliant start in this match, and it's exactly what they're needing. Remember, not just the win to get the title will do the job. They will have to depend on results coming in from other places as well, as Ivory Toast look to push forward as well and try and get themselves back into this game. They are fighting for their own want, as in finishing second place in the league, as Champers here with another chance and another finish there. And Ivory Toast's chances of finishing second is becoming so more difficult now, with Scrandinavia pushing themselves into a 3-0 lead. Champers receiving the ball from Chris there. Brilliant pass by Chris, and the finish to top it all off there from Champers, giving Champers second goal of the game, and Scandinavia their third goal of the game. And they have came out of the blocks at full pace here, Scandinavia, and they are reaping the rewards. Chris's shot there just bouncing off the boards. It's still in play though, as Captain Lewis picks it up, tries to play it along there, and Ian safely collects that. The shouts there about outside the box, but you can see from here actually in normal time, well within the line there. Scandinavia trying everything that they can to help secure their win. As some action happens in the bottom corner just off camera, and Neil comes back into the fray with the ball at feet, looking to play to Liam. Lovely 1-2 there, but not quite finishing off to Chucky. Now Chris has the ball. Great Pearson pass there. And Paul returning after a horrific injury earlier on in the season. Actually, it was prior to season kickoff. He's missed a majority of the season there, with a great finish after being found by Chris's absolute cutting pass through the Ivory defence there. And it puts Scandinavia into a 4-0 position in this match. And this has been goals galore in this game, but it's been one-way traffic as Chucky picks up the ball there, shoots from distance. Great save there by Wayne, and fortunate the ball comes bouncing straight back into his hands there as Lewis looks to pick up. That's a disaster there from Lewis. Can Liam finish? Yes, he does. Liam punishes Lewis for the misplaced pass there, and you do wonder, where's Scandinavia getting a little bit over cocky there in the back line. Liam, they are just in the right position, the ball almost landing straight at his feet there. Probably not in a month of Sundays thought that was going to be delivered straight to him, but he was, and he was ready, and he took advantage. And Liam, who's on a fine goal scoring form this season, is able to finish that off and polish that away. As Ivory Toast in the counter with Chucky. Chucky takes a shot, and Chucky with another goal for Ivory Toast. And now that so comfortable lead that Scandinavia had is starting to slip away now, and this may be the effect of overconfidence. We said earlier in the start build-up when we were looking at lineups that we wondered whether Scandinavia realised that they could win it this week, and that's why they have such a large team. So there is maybe some overconfidence in the team this week, but we will just have to see how the outcome of this game plays. It might play to their advantage, it might not. Ivory Toast now coming forward with the ball. Chucky, ball at feet, Lewis there with company. Neil has it, Neil's to the spin, Neil the finish, and Wayne manages to get a solid block on that shot to deny Neil there, as the score remains 4-2 to Scandinavia with only a 2-goal difference in this game. Lewis with the shot from distance there, and a great save from Ian. A little bit unorthodox, you'd have to say, but did the job and made sure that the ball got nowhere near the net there, as Wayne looks to kickstart things again for Scandinavia. And that's a bad pass once again for Scandinavia, but Champers there to secure it there, so less danger than it was for the opening goal for Ivory Toast. As Homer looks to find Champers, and Champers with the deftest of touches there onto Homer's pass, sees it into the back of the net. Homer takes the ball down into that bottom corner there just off camera, and then the ball comes back in. Lovely little dink there from Champers, and he puts it in the back of the net. And while Scandinavia have reaped the benefits of a informed Chris all season, you do wonder how deadly they would have been, and could they have wrapped up the season earlier if they had Champers available more often to partner him there. Impressive stuff from Champers' return as Lewis there for Ivory Toast is saved by Wayne. Homer plays it back to Champers there, but Ian gets the save there as that went from one end to the other in almost an instant. Neil playing the ball up to Lewis here, but Lewis is chased into the corner safely by Champers, and eventually the ball's there. A little bit of a handshake there, must have been a little bit of a shove off the screen. The back centre as Ryan gets on the end of a through ball there. Can Ryan finish? Ryan with a touch, Ryan with the goal, and that makes the score 6-2 to Scandinavia. Got themselves a very secure 4-goal lead once again after it being brought down to an only 2-goal deficit by Ivory Toast. Great finish there by Ryan. All credit though needs to be given to the pass as well as the finish in that move. So 6-2 the score line here, and Ivory Toast have a bit of a mountain to come back from as Wayne makes save against Chucky there to stop them getting any advantage in that climb up the mountain that now faces them now. So Ivory Toast here would need to really push on if they want to get themselves back into this game. Also close earlier when they brought it back to 2-goal difference, but now Scandinavia pushed on as Champers finds Ryan. Ryan now into the Ivory Toast half. Ryan with the ball in the back of the net for his second goal of the game, and an outstanding 7th for Scrandinavia in this match. This team in this form looking like they are going to be definitely marching towards a title, and if they don't clinch it this week, it will definitely be in them that's in the driving seat for winning it. They are depending on the results in other places, as we shall see later on. Scrandinavia now attacking forward once again, but it's saved once again by Ian, and Ivory Toast will be thankful for Ian's goalkeeping. That it could potentially have been a lot worse, the scoreline, even though the ball has been in the back of it 7 times, as once again Ian denying Homer there. And into the last couple of moments of the games, the ball tries to come at the corner there. Referee blows for full time. 7-2 final score. Game number 2 in week 11 sees O.B City versus Rapid Viennetta. O.B City in black shooting from left to right, and Rapid Viennetta in orange shooting right to left. And it is very apt that we have Rapid Viennetta playing after Scandinavia have played in the highlight before, as Rapid Viennetta currently sitting in second place. The only team that could delay any parties happening for Scandinavia this week. So it'll be interesting to see if they can get the win here. And early on, they look like they are going to delay that party as much as possible, as Timber, on loan from the Commissioner's team, has stuck the ball in the back of net for Rapid Viennetta, steals it away from Lewis there, and then puts it through the legs of Craig, that unfortunately seemed to just lose the track of the ball as it headed towards them there in goal. So Rapid Viennetta doing exactly what they need to do if they're going to delay that title party for Scandinavia by going 1-0 up in this match. And they're coming forward once again with Rapid Viennetta, but Craig this time denying them the opportunity to go 2-0 up in the game. Still some action just off camera into the bottom corner there as the ball comes out, and it's O.B City push forward to Adam, but it's intercepted by Timber, and Timber on the march once again after getting the opening goal. He's now lost possession, turned over once again. Willie pushing forward now. Willie pushing it to Goggs. Goggs now round his man, takes the shot and manages to squeeze it into the net. And not only will that be enjoyment and celebration for the O.B City players and fans, but the Scandinavia player and fans will also be delighted with that goal, considering that then puts Scandinavia back into the driving seat once again to run away with the title. And it's not just one game that decides the title, it will be an accumulation. But as we already know, Scandinavia winning the game earlier on, Rapid Viennetta need to match them this week as a like-for-like results in order to delay it. So 1-1 in this game, everything in the balance as O.B City look to come forward, and Lewis there putting a dent into those Rapid Viennetta hopes now by placing O.B City 2-1 in front. Lovely pass there by Goggs all the way through to Lewis, and Lewis there putting it into the back of the net. Two of O.B City's most deadliest players in Goggs and Lewis combining there to get the second goal in this game, as things look to seesaw between Rapid Viennetta and O.B City within this match, as well as obviously having the effects on the league title as spoken about already in the video. Shot there saved by Craig in goals, and O.B City remain 2-1 in front in this match as Craig collects the ball just at the side of his own goal, sees the run of Adam and looks to release him. James keeping Adam there for company. Adam collects the ball up in the Rapid half, places to Goggs. Goggs tries to tackle. Goggs with the shot. Goggs with the goal. The man who's on the hunt to get back-to-back MVP chocolate boot titles into his back pocket, and he's done himself lots and lots of favours there by putting a second goal in for him and a third for his team there in this match. 3-1 the scoreline now in this match as O.B City look to put themselves into a position of control in this game, and Goggs has just bagged himself a hat-trick, which, as said earlier, will do him the world of good as he goes for that third title. And he puts O.B City 4-1 now into the lead, and Rapid Viennetta's task now to try and delay things for Scandinavia becomes even more difficult now. with that 3-goal deficit that they have to overcome once again. So 4-1 is the scoreline in this match. Gogs trying to get through there in a tiny gap there. Lost it. We won the ball again, but this time denied by the goalkeeper there. And that keeps the scoreline at 4-1 here for O.B City. O.B City looking like they're getting into the flow here, but a little bit rusty here in terms of some of the play. But that's got through now from Adam to Gogs. Now, can Gogs hold on to the ball? He does. He plays it back to Adam. Adam, is he going to shoot? He plays the pass. Lovely back heel shot from Gogs. There is a 4th goal for Gogs. And he is chipping away into Chris's title. Chris and Scrandinavia currently sitting in 1st place in the Chocolate Boot League. And Gogs is chipping away at that with his 4 goals in this match already for O.B City. And again, will do him absolute wonders as he tries to go and defend that title for a 2nd time, making it a 3rd in total that he has won. Rapid Viennetta now are finding themselves falling further and further behind, and Gogs puts a 5th in the back of the net for himself, and a 6th goal for O.B City now. Only one other goal scorer for them in this match in Lewis, and that's a great shot there by Gogs. But you may have to admit, I think it's taken a slight nick there, and it's got the goalkeeper wrong-footed there, so it ended up into the bottom corner there. So Rapid Viennetta 6-1 down after such a promising start. They're going to feel like any control that they've had over the destination of this league title is starting to slip, considering how much that Scrandinavia were looking very attacking in the last game. And Rapid Viennetta find themselves really struggling behind here as a long ball goes all the way up to Nathan. Can Nathan finish? Unlucky for Nathan there, straight at the goalkeeper, and nothing that's going to render out as a goal for O.B City from there. But Nathan coming forward with another chance here, looks to cut in, manages to do it successfully, find Lewis. Can Lewis slot away now? Looking to find Gogs, and it's intercepted there, unfortunately. Now Timber has a chance to push forward. Timber with the shot from distance, Timber with the goal, and that will start an effort and an attempt from Rapid Viennetta here to cut away at this goal deficit in this match between themselves and O.B City here. Great run there by Timber, great shot there from distance. Craig just unfortunately misreading the shot there, expecting it to be that little bit higher. It dipped down low and just nicks past him into the back of the net there. And unfortunately for him and O.B City, that's another goal conceded for them in this match. Rapid Viennetta look to play it from the back, playing it all the way to Cal. Cal looking to find Commissioner Player Martin there, just on the run, just at the top of your screen there in the orange bib, but it doesn't quite make it there. Now Lewis has the ball, looking to cut it back to Willie. Willie with a shot, Willie with the goal, and that is a 7th goal for O.B City in this game. Our first 2 games this week producing gallons of goals here for everyone to view and enjoy. And for Rapid Viennetta, it's just getting from bad to worse in this game. 7-2 now after cutting down that goal deficit through Timber's 2nd goal has now been reinstated back to the 5. And Rapid Viennetta really need to push on in this game if they are going to get themselves anything out of this. And again, as mentioned several times during the video, as they attempt to try and stop Scrandinavia sealing up the title this week. Goals playing in the middle to Lewis now, and Lewis continuing to pile the misery onto Rapid Viennetta in this game. 8-2 now the scoreline. Brilliant move here from O.B City. Lewis, with the turn of pace there, manages to get in front of Cal and then slots it away past the goalkeeper there, as Rapid Viennetta probably just wanting the game to be over now, but there is still plenty of time left in this game, and so Rapid Viennetta will need to start looking to seal up the backline in order to avoid any more goals going in against them. As well as played in the middle, Lewis out of goals now and has the opportunity there, and Aiden with a follow-up but smashes it over the goals there. So unfortunately for Rapid Viennetta, no goal there as a result of those effort there, as Martin now looking to play it to Cal. Cal receiving the ball there, looking to find a player there, but Gogs intercepts, Gogs through on to take the shot. He does, and he scores. That's another goal for Gogs, that he's been rampant in this game. In recent weeks, he has been struggling to get the goals, but they have all come together for him in this game, in this week, as we go into the final weeks, and he looks to get himself in a position where he'll be able to claim that chocolate book league title for the third time, as mentioned. Timber up against Nathan there. Good turn of pace from Timber there, but unfortunately nothing comes out of fruition from that run. O.B City up into the Rapid Viennetta half as they look to try and score more goals here. And the shot there from Lewis, deflected and then saved by James there to deny O.B City what would be an unbelievable 10th goal in this game. Nathan looking to come forward. Nathan, lovely turn. It takes the shot and James standing strong there manages to clear that ball away to deny them there. 9 goals has scored O.B City and they're still looking for goals in this match as Adam plays it to Nathan. Nathan onto the Russian Lewis and the save there once again by James. Ever since James has went into goals, they have managed to stop some impressive attacking football here from O.B City, and it still remains 9-2, and another save there keeps it at 9-2 here. And we are entering, and Rapid Viennetta players and fans will be glad to hear this, we are entering the last moments of this match now. Andrew unable to get that ball under control. O.B City have it pushing forward there. It's loose a little bit there. It's intercepted by Timber. Timber pushing forward. Timber the shot, and it smashes into the back of the net there. And I think that will probably be the last bit of open play we'll see actually in this game. Timber there, great tackling there, able to take the ball away there cleanly, and then a wonderful hit there into the back of net, meaning Craig for O.B City unable to do anything there. We kick off straight away, and there must be mere seconds left in this game. Looking at the in-game clock, ball goes all the way back to James and goals, and there it is, final whistle, 9-3 to Rapid Viennetta. Game number 3 in week 11 sees Parmesan Belgrade versus Bayern Bru. Parmesan Belgrade in white, shooting left to right. Bayern Bru in purple, shooting right to left. Now, technically, this game is a bottom of the table clash if you look at the positions for the two teams. However, on closer inspection, if you did at the start of the video, you would have seen there's a little bit of a points gap between these teams. But Parmesan Belgrade will not care as Ben early on they're getting the advantage in this match as they look to try and get as many points as they can to close that gap between these boys in purple. So Parmesan Belgrade getting the early goal in here as Bayern Bru find themselves trailing behind. And I said earlier, there is a bit of a point gap here. It's going to be a massive effort for Parmesan Belgrade to drag Bayern Bru back into the relegation battle. However, Parmesan Belgrade will be looking to try and build upon form and team cohesion as they go into next season. As Zach there with a brilliant save to deny Roscoe after a fierce run from him up the pitch there and getting the shot away. Paddy now, who just recently joined Parmesan Belgrade permanently, losing the ball though out to Roscoe, and another great save there by Zach as Leaps gets the shot as the ball comes across. Now Stephen for Parmesan Belgrade moving forward, does have Martin, doesn't need Martin, and puts it in the back of the net to make it 2-0 to Parmesan Belgrade in this match. Stephen there, a nice little turn, and then on the move forward there, takes the shot and places it into the bottom corner there. Lovely little finish. And that puts Parmesan Belgrade 2-0 up into this match. A great start for Parmesan Belgrade. Safe to say, though, we have seen this in recent weeks. Good starts and then falling away from the rest of the game. So we just need to see what happens in the rest of this match to see if Parmesan Belgrade can actually hold on to the lead that they've potentially got themselves in this game. Ball in the middle of the pitch all the way through. And eventually the shot is saved. And now a counter-attack for Parmesan Belgrade, but unfortunately doesn't end in any chances there for Parmesan. So Bayern Bru through Roscoe on the ball now, looking to play through to Leaps in the middle of the pitch there. Leaps takes a shot and Zach sticks at a foot to defend. Second ball available though, but it goes wide and eventually ends up back at the goalkeeper. Zach playing it out to Stephen now. Stephen looking for runners, plays it to Ben. Ben looking to push forward though, eventually gives it back to Stephen there, who is in front of the opposition goals, and the ball is lost. And here comes Andrew now on the far side. Andrew with the ball. He has Roscoe square, plays it to Gareth though, and Gareth in the middle of the pitch gets the ball into the back of the net to give Bayern Bru their first goal of the match here. Lovely running there by Andrew, getting into the ball in the counter-attack there. And then Gareth, cool as you like, in the right position, almost perfect position, under no pressure there, puts it into the back of the net confidently. And Bayern Bru have got themselves into this game after being 2-0 behind early on. 2-1 scoreline. Bayern Bru having that most recent goal put into the back of the net, and they're looking to come forward and get some more goals here with Cheesy up against Commissioner player Stevie there, but the ball's been lost to Stephen. Stephen has options out wide, uses it to Paddy. Paddy with a shot, and it's just wide of the goal, unfortunately, there for Paddy. Looked like it was destined to go in. Stephen has the ball, round one player, into the middle of the pitch, takes a shot. Brilliant finish there from Stephen. Kept his composure, went past two players there. First off with Roscoe. Roscoe did get a touch on the ball there, but it bounced off of Stephen into a good position. Then Cheesy comes across. Stephen with the instep, and then puts it away into the back of the net there to put Parmesan Belgrade 3-1 into the lead of this match now, and that will give them a absolute world of confidence that they have managed to score and not give Bayern Bru an open door invitation back into the game fully, as Bayern Bru look to play all the way back, and now Andrew's picked it up in front of goals. Andrew pushing forward. Andrew plays it to Cheesy. Cheesy on the turn, but it's been blocked there and denied the opportunity there. Ball still in the Parmesan Belgrade half, but it makes it all the way back to Zach. And Zach looks to roll it out, but it's been intercepted by Andrew. Andrew then takes the shot and puts it away, and unfortunately there for Zach, a bit of a goalkeeping calamity there. I think he was looking to play that ball forward on the run, but Andrew read it well there and intercepted. And unfortunately for Zach, he's ended up going from playing the ball out of his box to picking the ball up out of the net. 3-2 the scoreline now. Bayern Bru well back into this game, and they'll be looking to push on further as Stevie from the Commissioner team tried to get past Colin there, but unable to. And now Cheesy with the shot, but an easy save there for Zach to get the ball under control once again. Andrew pick up the ball in the middle of the pitch, and a good save there from Zach. Parmesan Belgrade unable to get the ball away though, and Andrew picks up again once for Bayern Bru. They look to come forward. The shot there from Martin, but it's blocked there by Parmesan Belgrade as Zach picks up and quickly rolls it out to Stephen. Stephen has Stevie there, finds Stevie, and Stevie puts it in the back of the net. The Commissioner player there making a strong contribution into this game for Parmesan Belgrade. A great bit of counter-attacking there from Parmesan Belgrade, and Stephen looking up, seeing the run of Stevie there and finding it square to his feet for him to put away. And that is 4-2 in this match now. Parmesan Belgrade really getting themselves a bit more of a concrete foundation to defend and to try and see out this game. There's still plenty of time for both Bayern Bru to get back into this game, or on the flip side there, Parmesan Belgrade to push in further. Stevie's opportunity, oh, he's fluffed it there. Almost an open goal. You can see in his face, the body action, he knew the golden opportunity there and unable to put it away to make it 5-2. So Bayern Bru get away with that opportunity there as they look to come forward, intercepting the ball there, plays it to the Cheesy. Cheesy with a shot, and it's off the post. Both teams with golden opportunities in the last couple of highlights there and unable to convert, and the scoreline stays at 4-2. Bayern Bru looking to come forward now with a chip to the back post as Colin goes running for it. Look for Parmesan Belgrade, will go give him company against that, and Luke looks to play. That's a bad ball to save there by Zach. It's still out, and eventually it's in the back of the net from Craig. Bit of disaster there from Parmesan Belgrade. Played it directly to an opposition player, and then just unfortunately there, it's Craig who hits the ball in front of Ben. It bounces off of Zach's legs and goes into the back of the net, and that is now 4-3 the scoreline in this game. Parmesan Belgrade's lead looking to melt away a little bit here as it becomes squeaky bum time with only a 1 goal difference, and still plenty of time for Bayern Bru to come back in. And as we said earlier, Parmesan Belgrade looked great earlier in games, and things start to slide away as the game wears on, as Ben with a chance they're unable to convert, and the ball goes safely all the way back to Zach. Are we going to see that from Parmesan Belgrade, or will they be able to see this game out? Paddy in front of goals, but unable to get it under control there. Great pass by Martin, but unable for Paddy to get it out of his feet. Craig with a shot, and Craig there now, and it is all square at 4-0, and the premonition may have just come true in terms of Parmesan Belgrade's bad luck here. Craig with a great turn and finish there, and Zach completely wrong-footed as that ball goes into the back of the net there. And Parmesan Belgrade, who looked like they were in the driving seat for walking away with all 3 points in this game, now looking like they're going to have to split it with Bayern Bru. Massive credit to Bayern Bru for coming back into this game. They just haven't been out of it at all. Constantly there, almost like a little niggle in the side of Parmesan Belgrade. There's a chance from Leaps there, but it just goes high and over, and Parmesan Belgrade will get that ball under control. As we enter the last highlight of the game here, can somebody get a winner here? Zach throws the ball out long. Paddy now with the run. Paddy still going. Paddy with a shot, and it's inches away there. Referee blows the whistle. 4-all final score in this match. Game number 4 of Week 11 Fat Fives Football Season 8 sees Fatburn Rovers versus Flaberdeen. Fatburn Rovers in green shooting left to right, and Flaberdeen in blue shooting right to left. As early on there, Fatburn Rovers with the opportunity to get an early goal in this game, but unable to hit the target. So both these teams looking to go and get a win out here, and Flaberdeen look like in a good position here. Penalty shout been given. Yeah, you can see from the feed, definitely in the box there. Unfortunately, as much as it's tried to be hidden, he definitely in the box there as Craig steps up for the penalty. And the save there, brilliant save there by Terry in goals. They managed to push it onto the crossbar, and Fatburn Rovers might think that's a little bit justified result, but Flaberdeen will definitely think they've been robbed there. Terry now with the ball coming forward. He's clean through. Can he get away? Yes, he does. And that's maybe for Flaberdeen a little bit of justice being served there for them. The penalty definitely was a penalty. It's a good shout with that from the referee. But Terry there with a brilliant run, getting past Robbie and then slotting it into the far corner there to give Flaberdeen the opening goal in this game. So 1-0 to Flaberdeen, the current score line, as the ball goes all the way up and ends up into the Flaberdeen goalkeeper box, where it's put under control there. So Fatburn Rovers looking to try and get back into this game, pushing forward now. And now they've got the ball into the Flaberdeen half, and the save there that denies them there. A shout out to our guest goalkeeper for Flaberdeen this week. It's Callum, who is Jamie for Flaberdeen's brother, up for a visit and is playing as a commissioner player for 1 week only. And so therefore has been missing out of the lineup in the initial start of the video there. So quick shout out to our guest goalkeeper this week as Danzo looks to play across the Beans. Beans now with a shot, and it's hit the post here, and Danzo can get to this ball on target with the follow-up, and Flaberdeen missing a golden opportunity there to get further into the lead of this game as the ball's played up to Craig. Craig now with the ball, looks to the shot, and it's saved there by Terry, and then Terry for Flaberdeen takes a shot and it's blasted wide there. He's still balling a bit in front of the Fatburn Rovers box. A couple of shouts there. But now Sean has the opportunity in front of the Flaberdeen box. And he puts it away. And there's the equalising goal. A little bit of fortune there, Sean, hanging about up top for Fatburn Rovers as the ball was bobbed around in front of the Fatburn Rovers goal. Paul comes back to try and defend. Sean keeps it cool, gives Calm the eyes and goals there, and then puts it away to make it 1-1 the scoreline in this match. So Fatburn Rovers back into this game and has the opportunity to try and get themselves into the driving seat of this match to walk away with all 3 points. Robbie there with the ball, looking to find Stephen. Stephen there with a shot, but it's saved there by Calm goals, and it is kept under control inside the goalkeeper's box. Ball rolls all the way back to Terry in goals for Fatburn Rovers as they look to get started once again. Long ball out, finding Mitchell. Mitchell on the opposite side of the pitch with the shot. Callum the save there, and his brother Jamie there. Almost putting it in the back of net. I was going to say safely playing it back to his brother in goals, but it was mere moments there that it could have just went into the back of the net. Flaberdeen looking to come forward once again. Danzo trying to play the ball, but it's been intercepted, and now a mad rush to get back to defenders. Robbie takes a shot, and Callum goals once again. Flaberdeen denying Fatburn Rovers. Dan now for Flaberdeen looking to come forward, but Fatburn Rovers defend well. Mitchell gets the ball now up against Stuart and has got the ball past him. It's found Matthew. Matthew now takes the shot there, and it is saved, but eventually goes into the back of the net, and Mitchell with the goal there. And that makes the scoreline 2-1, and Fatburn Rovers put themselves into a winning position there. Mitchell with a shot, gets it away, manages to smash it past Callum goals. And Flaberdeen, who were in the lead, find themselves trailing by a goal now. Still have time for them to get back into this game to try and level things up and walk away with something from this match. But they're going to have to get the ball quickly as Terry now for Fatburn Rovers tried to get past Stuart but unable to, and Stuart now pushing forward. Can Stuart score here? Save there from Matthew in goals to deny Flaberdeen the chance to get back into the game. Finlay now with the ball, looking to play it to Mitchell. Mitchell now looking to play it up to Stephen, but unfortunately doesn't make it all the way there. And now Fatburn Rovers trying to defend and do so successfully and get the ball back to their goalkeeper. As we enter the last piece of action for this match, still 2-1 as Terry looks to receive the ball. Plays it out to Stewart now. Can Stewart get the shot away? And just that touch there takes it away. It goes round the back of the goals. And the referee blows the whistle. 2-1, the final score to Fatburn Rovers. Game number 5, Week 11, Season 8 Fat Fives Football sees O.B City versus Bayern Bru. O.B City in black, shooting from left to right. Bayern Bru in purple, shooting right to left. As early on here, Taylor with a chance, plays it through to Cheesy, and Cheesy does get the goal straight from kickoff here. Great run by Taylor here, manages to get the ball past Goggs to start with, and then Nathan afterwards, and then Cheesy with the opportunity, putting it through the legs of Matthew in goals for O.B City there. And Bayern Bru off to a flyer already in this game, and they are 1-0 to the good in this match. Great start from them. They'll be delighted with that, and they have put themselves into a good position of control now as O.B City are up in the Bayern Bru half, and Cheesy, the goal scorer, intercepting the ball there from Adam as he looks to try and get it on target once again, and it just unfortunately drifts wide of the goals there as O.B City look to come forward. Nathan with the ball, has Adam, finds Adam. Now Adam takes the shot and the save there from the goalkeeper for Bayern Bru. Believes Gareth in goals just now for Bayern Bru. O.B City on the defence, they've turned it into attack now as Goggs has a ball up in the Bayern Bru half, looks to play to Nathan. Nathan with a shot, and it's just high and over the goals there, unfortunately, for O.B City. The play out there from Matthew Ingles, O.B City's found Andrew Doe's possessions turned over. Cheesy trying to find Roscoe. Roscoe with a shot, inches wide there from Roscoe for putting his team 2-0 into lead, and unfortunately for them, it's just gone wide. Fortunately enough for O.B City though, as they still are only one goal behind, as Goggs' shot almost as well hits the back of net, but just like Roscoe's a moment ago, goes wide as well. Craig now with the ball, looking to try and find the pass, was intercepted by Goggs, and Goggs had run. Can Goggs take the shot? Does so, but Gareth, a brilliant save there. Big foot out there and stops it going into the bottom corner. Leaps now on the run for Bayern Bru, eventually gets to the ball there into the O.B City half, and now it's been picked up by O.B City as they look to push forward. Lewis now with the ball to Goggs. Goggs turning, will he get the shot away? He does, and this time it's in the back of the net for Goggs and O.B City, and they have themselves a goal in this match. The scoreline being 1-1 now. Great finish there by Goggs. Took that shot from distance there and managed to find the corner, which has been eluding him so far into this game, and makes it all square in this match now. So 1-1 between the teams, with Goggs' goal there as they look to try and push on further in this match to get themselves into a good position. Up into the Bayern Bru half now. Goggs in the corner looking for some support here. Finds Lewis. Almost losing the ball there, but still gets it. Lewis now with the shot. Deflected. Goggs with the follow-up, and Goggs puts it in the back of the net. And that is Goggs and O.B City's second goal of the game now. And it puts them 2-1 in the lead in this match. Lovely finish there by Goggs, but a bit of fortune on how the ball bounced around there in front of the Bayern Bru goals there. But the most important thing for Goggs and O.B City is that he managed to take advantage of the luck and apply it there now. So O.B City in the lead of this game after being behind early on. After a blistering start there from Bayern Bru, their fortune has flipped around and they are trailing by 1. But Lewis the ball now takes the shot, and it's just wide of the goal there, unfortunately, for Lewis and O.B City. Willie intercepts it there from Cheesy. Cheesy still with the chance now, and the header there goes all the way back to Roscoe. Roscoe with the shot, and the volley there just wide. Second opportunity though for Roscoe as he's picked up. He can't quite get the turn away. Taylor with the shot, and the save there from Matthew, denying Taylor a goal, and Bayern Bru an opportunity back into this game as Taylor plays it all the way back to his goalkeeper there. Roscoe looks to pick up, but Willie intercepts. Now it lands right almost at the feet of Goggs, but he can't convert it there, and Bayern Bru will look to restart once again. Long ball out to Roscoe here. Nice little turn by Roscoe. Roscoe looking to play it across to Cheesy. Oh, unlucky for Cheesy there. It looked like an open goal for him there. Couldn't convert. It lands at the feet of the goalkeeper there. And it stays at 2-1 in this match. But the ball's been intercepted now by Craig, not Gareth. And the ball is saved there by Matthew as he came rushing out to the edge of his box to deny Craig there. Ball played into the middle of the pitch. Bayern Bru have got it now. Craig now with a second opportunity, takes a shot, and he's saved once again by Matthew in goals. Now Lewis has picked up the ball. Lewis now to Nathan. There's still an opportunity here, looking for the overlap to Willie, and Willie slots it away there, and it's gone from end to end. Bayern Bru just a moment ago with an opportunity to get themselves all level into this game, and cruelly for them, the ball is up in a flash into their end of the pitch, and it's Willie applying the finish into the back of the net after a great run to support Nathan there after Lewis did well to win the ball. So 3-1 in this match, and again after such a great start for Bayern Bru, it's all gone away from them here as the ball goes out of play, and the referee will be looking at his watch, and the whistle's in the mouth now. 3-1 to O.B City, the final score of this match. Game number 6 of Week 11, Season 8. Fat Fives Football sees Parmesan Belgrade versus Ivory Toast. Parmesan Belgrade in white, shooting from left to right, and Ivory Toast in yellow, shooting from right to left. Ivory Toast early on here with Neil, looking to try and find a teammate, does so successfully in the middle of the pitch. And now the opportunity for Ian to take the shot on target as Zach gets across and makes the save well there to deny Ivory Toast an early opportunity to get into the lead. Parmesan Belgrade coming forward now. Ball played through to Stevie, and a save there from Greg in goals, denying Parmesan Belgrade the opportunity to try and get themselves in front. And that is the opening chances there for both teams as Ivory Toast have the ball at the feet of Lewis. Now playing across to Neil, and Zach once again making the save, and the ball ending up back into the goalkeeper's box there. Both teams looking to push forward with early opportunities as Stevie has the ball at feet, looks to try and play it there, but Ian gets across and manages to see that ball back to his goalkeeper to deny the opportunity there. Another long ball there, and Ian will see that back to Greg. Although there's some shouts there of being out the box, well, it's incredibly hard to see from this angle. Looks like potentially could be there. Referee has the better view. You see Martin's hand go up there, and I think with the lack of protest from Ivory Toast, it's probably an admission of guilt there, unfortunately. Penalty for Parmesan Belgrade, and it's saved, and Ivory Toast will think that is justice done there. It is up to yourselves if you decide if you agree with that along with the Ivory Toast players, but in any case, the penalty has been saved and the game remains at 0-0. Ivory Toast back defending now as Greg looks to play the ball quickly. Neil's lost the ball to Stephen though. Stephen, can he square it across there? Doesn't need to, as it just goes wide. I thought it was going into the back of the net there. I was about to say it doesn't need any help, but unfortunately just inches wide of the back post there. That could have been the opening goal in this game. Ivory Toast coming forward now. Chucky with the shot. Chucky, great save there from Zach. Second ball, plays it through to Liam, and Liam puts in the back of the net there. Zach with a great save to start with, and then Chucky has it at feet, takes his time, is about to take a shot, sees Liam at the back post there, and Liam slots that away. Zach unfortunately does manage to get a hand on the ball, but it ends up going into the back of the net anyway. So this game 1-0 now to Ivory Toast, as they are the team in this match that strike first with that opening goal. And they're on the attack once again. Chucky now out in the middle of the pitch, plays it through to Liam. Liam now with the shot in off the post, and it is 2-0 there. Chucky heading by the blinding light, unfortunately, but you can see there Liam receiving the ball in front of Martin, and then the shot there as Martin tries to get across to block in, unable to, and Liam puts a second goal in for Ivory Toast. So 2-0 now for the men in yellow, and they've got themselves into a comfortable position in this match. Ivory Toast now having to defend those. Parmesan come forward, and the save there from Greg, removing the danger of Parmesan Belgrade getting back into this match. Still 2-0 the score, as Parmesan Belgrade through with Stevie from the Commissioner's team, takes the shot, but the deflection there sees it safely into the hands of Greg, and they look to start once again. And Liam in space in the middle of the pitch looks to get the ball under control. He's got Lewis here on the opposite side. And there's also Neil available. Playing it back to Liam. Liam takes a shot. Liam completes the hat-trick for Ivory Toast. 3 goals for Ivory, 3 goals for Liam in this match. And a great way to round off the hat-trick there. Fantastic shot there. Powered into the back of the net. Stevie tried to get across there to apply some pressure to put him off, but unfortunately unable to. And Parmesan Belgrade struggling once again to stop the goals heading into the back of the net as the ball gets loose there from Stephen. So 3-0 now to Ivory Toast. So Stephen tries to come across, does win it against Liam there, and just a little bit of action off camera. Comes away with the ball, and the shot there just saved by Greg, unfortunately for Stephen and Parmesan Belgrade there. Ivory Toast on the attack once again, but is intercepted by Ben. Martin will pick up for Parmesan Belgrade. Martin now up against Chucky. Martin plays in the middle to Ben. Ben with a shot. Ben with a great goal there with power. Smashes it into the bottom corner there. Martin held up the ball well there. Placed it right in front of Ben. He steps right into it. Really powerful effort there. And sticks it into the bottom corner. Far away for Greg to be able to reach that. And Parmesan Belgrade have found a way back into this match. 3-1 the scoreline now, as Lenny from the Commissioner's team now on for Ivory Toast. He looks to play the pass, and the shot there just goes wide from the Ivory player. So 2-goal lead Ivory Toast now as Stephen stands with a free kick, and he takes the shot. Now Ben's got it in here now. There's no blow from the referee, and Ben stuck it in the back of the net. And this would be a controversial point here. We do not allow direct free kicks in Fat Fives. And Stephen's free kick, they're definitely on target there. And Ben wins it on the second and puts it away. I think Ivory Toast might be a bit frustrated that that has been given by the referee. But it has. It's 3-2 in this match now to Ivory Toast, despite Parmesan Belgrade getting the goal there, maybe under some controversial surroundings there. 3-2 at the scoreline though, as Ivory Toast look to come forward through Chucky. Chucky battling there, but eventually the ball does not go into the back of the net and becomes loose once again. Ball played up long to Stephen now for Parmesan Belgrade. Can he produce anything from the corner? Stephen with the shot, and it bounces just off the post there to deny Parmesan Belgrade the opportunity to go level in this game. As they look to come forward once again, Parmesan Belgrade on the far side. The ball played back there, and the shot just going wide. They're getting closer and closer here, Parmesan Belgrade, but as they get closer, time starts to run out, and as you might be able to hear in the background, some of the full-time whistles going off on other pitches. This game's still playing though, as Ivory Toast look to come forward, but they're being held by Parmesan Belgrade, and Parmesan Belgrade need to get this ball ASAP and up the other end of the pitch as Zach produces a save. Luke clears it all the way up. Can Stephen get to it? It goes all the way behind the goals. 3-2, final score to Ivory Toast. Moving on to our next game, game number 7 at week 11, season 8, Fat Fives Football. Sees Fatburn Rovers versus Rapid Viennetta. Fatburn Rovers shooting left to right. Rapid Viennetta shooting right to left. Fatburn Rovers in the green tops and Rapid Viennetta in the orange tops to make sure that there's a clear definition between the teams visually there for you viewers. And early on here, Fatburn Rovers with the opportunity in front of goals. Plays it across goal. Finlay with a chance. And Finlay sticks it into the back of the net there. Mitchell with a great interception against Cal there. And it looked like he might have taken the shot on himself, but unselfishly sees Finlay there in space and plays it across goal and allows Fatburn Rovers to get an early goal in this game. 1-0 to Fatburn Rovers as they put themselves in the driving seat of this match early on there with some great teamwork resulting in the goal. Fatburn Rovers looking to get forward once again. The ball intercepted by Cal, but Mitchell picks it up again. Mitchell tries to find Robbie, does so. Robbie now with the ball, looking to see what options he got. Plays it through to Mitchell. Might have been for Finlay, but Mitchell's picked up. Finlay's produced the run though. Finlay in the middle of the pitch with a shot. And Finlay converts with a second goal for him and for Fatburn Rovers in this game. Another display of great teamwork once again. Mitchell and Finlay combining there to produce the results for their team, as there's head and hands there from the Rapid Viennetta players there, unable to stop the onslaught happening there from Fatburn Rovers early in this game. Rapid Viennetta on the defensive here as the ball almost goes in the back of the net as Aidan put a foot there to try and stop the opportunity. Lucky enough, James reacted well to it there. And now they're coming forward, and can they convert from this opportunity here? The ball is still bobbling around, but it's intercepted now by Martin from the Commissioner squad. Looks to play into Cal. Can Cal convert here? Cal the shot, and Cal has his goal there. He will be elated with that. Martin with a lovely pass there, cut to the middle. Cal gets onto the end of there, takes the shot, and then it's spin. Almost has a little bit of a spin on there. Fantastic finish there by Cal to take it away from the goalkeeper's gloves there and get it into the back of the net. And that makes the scoreline 2-1 in this match to Fatburn Rovers, with Rapid Viennetta already cutting into the Fatburn Rovers lead to try and put them in a position where they can walk away with something in this match. Fatburn Rovers looking to play it from the back. Long ball up to Sean. Lovely control there by Sean. Can I get the shot away? Unable to convert the shot there. And it's right back for Fatburn Rovers once again to try and take an opportunity here. And the save there once again by James, denying Fatburn Rovers that opportunity as the ball goes all the way back to their goalkeeper. Sean now with the second chance, but it rolls harmlessly into James. And now Rapid Viennetta trying to get away with Timber here with a shot, and Timber converts. And that is a second goal for Rapid Viennetta. That puts them right back into this match. Timber with the ball at feet, turns on it lovely, and then takes the shot from distance and smashes it into the back of the net. And that makes it all square now at 2-2 being the score line here, as the ball goes all the way back to Robbie in the Fatburn Rovers defence, and they look to push forward once again. Robbie collecting the ball, trying to play it up here. Mitchell will collect. Mitchell trying to find a play there, finds Matthew. Matthew with a shot and just couldn't get it on target. And the second opportunity just sailing wide of the goals there. So neither team resting on their laurels in this match, as we see Martin on the far side. Ball at feet, twisting and turning, looking to try and find somebody. Looks to find Timber, but Robbie intercepts Robbie all the way through, makes a shot, and he gets it in the back of the net. James, unfortunately, went down early there, committed to the low save. Robbie delayed just ever so slightly there, waited for him to do that, and then put it into the back of the net over James there. Hand of apology from Timber there. Unfortunately, it was just well read by Robbie, you have to say, rather than anything of a team error there. So 3-2 to Fatburn Rovers in this match. They have the lead once again in this game, and Rapid Viennetta have it all to do again. You have to say it's Finlay with a lovely turn away from Cal there, uses the wall to come back to him. Finlay tries to chop it back, and James gets across, and that's a world-class save there. Maybe a little bit over-exuberant from me there, but a fantastic save from James to get back across goals there, as Jack there gets the ball away, then looks to play it up the pitch now to Cal, but unfortunately didn't arrive there. Robbie with the ball at feet, looking to try and make some space. Gets to Mitchell. Mitchell with a shot, and Mitchell with the goal. And it's 4-2 now for Fatburn Rovers, who have been impressive in this game. Another shot from distance there from Fatburn Rovers, and they snuck it into the inside post there, just past James and goal, who moments ago we showed you a brilliant save from getting him back across the goal, but unfortunately unable to keep that one out. So 2-goal lead back in place for Fatburn Rovers. Will they continue to push forward with this lead, or will Rapid Viennetta find a way back into this game once again, as Sean playing it back to the goalkeeper, and then eventually goes to Mitchell. Finlay making the run up top there. Mitchell's ball finds Finlay. Bit of a tongue twister there, but unfortunately Finlay's shot just goes high over the goals there as he intercepts a pass, but is unable to create anything from it. And Martin going to the Timber with a shot, and the save there from Matthew in goal. So no change to scoreline so far, as both teams continue to push forward. Stephen there, Fatburn Rovers finding Sean. Sean there looking to roll it back, but couldn't. Now Lewis or Rapid Viennetta coming forward. Lewis, does he go himself or play the pass? Looks to play the pass, but not quite on target. Or maybe it was the shot there. Hard to tell between the two of them, but in either case, unsuccessful at that time. As Sean plays it forward to the Mitchell. Mitchell with the shot. Brilliant finish there. James unable to get across the goals and get a foot there to stop it going in. And Fatburn Rovers have a fifth goal in this match. So you can see James moves across there, tries to get into position there, but unable to get his footing correctly to enable to stick out his foot to stop it there. and it is 5-2 being the scoreline now in this match. Martin there, nice little rollback, trying to get away from Terry, trying to create something here, and he's just toying Terry with the ball there. And you can hear Terry's frustration, and Martin's shot, unfortunately not enough power there. Terry's just completely bamboozled by Martin's feet, and he'll be relieved that the shot was too tame to create any danger there. Timber with the ball. Timber now looking to switch to the Martin now. Martin on the half volley. That's a lovely finish there from Martin. It looked like that after the previous attempt, Martin wasn't going to get another chance as good as that, but he did, absolutely did, and then got a fantastic volley away there. Great pass and great vision there by Timber, you have to say. Got to give him the credit for that. The pass is just as good as the finish there, but big credit for Martin for keeping himself focused on the goal and slotting that away with class and style. So 5-3 now the scoreline, and as we're entering the last bits of play here, it doesn't look like Rapid Viennetta will have enough time to try and get anything out of this match here. They could maybe get another goal, but no, the referee blows the whistle. 5-3 final score to Fatburn Rovers. Game number 8, week 11, season 8 of Fat Fives Football sees Scrandinavia versus Flaberdeen. Scrandinavia in red, shooting from left to right, and Flaberdeen in blue, shooting from right to left. Last season's winners versus the team closing in on this season's title. As early on here, Scrandinavia with the opportunity, but calming goals for Flaberdeen, denying them that early chance. Scrandinavia in defensive mode right now, but eventually getting the ball away from their half the pitch. And Chris coming forward now for Scrandinavia, and Callum with the save there to deny early on the opportunity. And based on the results from Rapid Viennetta in the last game, Scrandinavia, if they are able to get a win here, could secure them the league title. As early on, Champers gets the goal in the back of the net there, giving Scrandinavia the prime position to be able to get their hands on that title once again. Lovely finish there from Champers from distance after the ball was played to him in the middle of the pitch, and unfortunately Callum goes there unable to get anything on the shot there. So 1-0 Scrandinavia in this game, and they know exactly what is at stake for them should they come away with a win in this match. Ball is played all the way back to Cam and goals for Flaberdeen, and then the long ball played to Stuart there, and unfortunately Stuart unable to get anything on the ball at that moment. Ball played all the way back to Dan here for Flaberdeen as they look to come forward, but the ball is intercepted by Champers. Champers pushing forward in the shot there, and Calm able to get that ball and bring it down under control there. Long ball up to Stuart on the opposite side of the pitch, but eventually it lands into Wayne's hands with nothing able to be converted from there. Chris playing to Champers. Champers now on the run. Champers looks to try and get the ball away. The save there from Calm and goals, and Chris there in space, and Champers sets Chris up there right in front of goals for him to slot that away. Unlucky here for both Calm and for Flaberdeen here. Great save there against Champers to start with, and then unfortunately the ball just lands right at the feet of Champers, who sees Chris in space, and Chris with pretty much an open goal there slots that away to make it 2-0 to Scrandinavia in this match. So Flaberdeen 2 goals down in this game as they look to try and get back in, but Homer, they are doing them favours by shooting wide and not putting their goal under threat. Stuart now racing it against Mike, manages to get the ball, and then Danzo wins it. Stuart still has it though. Stuart with a shot, and it just goes wide of the goals there. Flaberdeen not getting much of the rub of the green in this match, and they still are trailing by 2 goals as Chris comes forward for Scandinavia, and Chris's shot there goes wide, unlike the Chris we've seen in many of the previous weeks. But Homer smashes it into the back of the net from distance there. Very little Callum could do in goals there. What a hit from here. As you see it here, he takes that ball after winning it on the second and hits it from distance there, and it just bounces off the back post with such power that it comes bundling back out of the net. And Scandinavia put themselves 3 goals ahead and are looking very comfortable in this match now. 3-0 is the scoreline. Flaberdeen yet to make a dent into the Scandinavian goal as they look to come and attack once again. Scandinavia. Chris with the ball, turns inside with it, plays it to Paul. Paul now, does he play the pad? No, he goes to the shot, and Cal manages to get a strong hand to push that away. Beans letting Homer run into him and then doing a lovely turn there, plays it to Jamie. Jamie tries to get past Lewis but unable to. And now Scandinavia on the break here. Chris with the ball. Chris cuts it back. Homer the shot and the save there. And no, what is Beans thinking there? Absolute bizarre scenes here. The ball is saved by Callum in goal and Beans just grabs the ball. The only explanation can be is that he thought the whistle from another pitch was for his, and it's disaster for Flaberdeen. But the save there from Cam denies Homer with the penalty there. And so you maybe think there's been some justice served there. A complete freak accident from Beans there. But luckily enough for Flaberdeen and for him not being punished as Callum in goals pulls off another save there. Scrandinavia looking to come forward now. And Chris finds Lewis, but the shot just wide there from Lewis. And the touch from Terry tries to get it up the pitch, but Ryan takes a shot and Callum once again making the save here. It seems very one-way traffic in this game, but here come Flaberdeen now. Jamie to Beans, and he does get a goal for Flaberdeen in this match. They will not be walking away without having at least a goal next to their name in the final score here. Great bit of team play there between Jamie and Beans. The 1-2 there. Jamie seeing the run of Beans, playing it perfectly into the path of his run, and Beans slotting that past Wayne to make it 3-1. And Flaberdeen coming forward once again. Beans with Jamie, but Jamie unfortunately absolutely skies that shot, unfortunately, as it looked like there might have been another chance for Flaberdeen to get another goal. Scandinavia building it from the back here. Wayne to Matthew. Matthew to Lewis. Lewis back to the goalkeeper, but lets it run through to Adam there. And Adam now on the run. Adam going up the pitch. Solo run here after passing Paul. Keeps going. Adam with a shot. That's a great goal by Adam. Brilliant solo goal there. Some patient build up in the back line there for Scrandinavia. Adam taking full advantage, blasting up the wing there with the ball, and then hits it over the hand there of Callum in goals. Unfortunately for him and Flaberdeen, unable to stop that going in. And Scrandinavia have themselves a fourth goal. And you really got to ask yourself, is this going to be a 3 points that maybe pushes the title in Scandinavia's direction? We'll have to wait until the very, very end of all the matches, as there's still some results that can play into where this title goes to. But Scandinavia definitely putting themselves into a prime candidate position for sealing it up this week. Ball intercepted as it's been passed from Wayne to try and find Champers, but Champers finds it once again, and long ball looking for Ryan. Ryan takes the ball down and just hits it straight at Callum in goals, unfortunately. And as we enter the last bits of play in this match, the ball is up in the Flaberdeen half. There's whistles on other pitches going. This game's still going. Champers with the shot just goes wide there. Stewart clears it out. Can Dan get the shot away? Looking to try and bring the ball in. He's still got it on the other side. Tries to get it away. Unable to. Tries to find Beans. We go straight to Wayne. Referee's putting the whistle to lips. And there is the whistle. 4-1. Final score to Scandinavia. Game number 9, Week 11, Season 8, Fat Fives Football sees Parmesan Belgrade versus Flaberdeen. Parmesan Belgrade in white shooting from left to right, and Flaberdeen in blue shooting from right to left. So we're into the last 4 fixtures of this week's games. Both of these teams, Parmesan Belgrade and Flaberdeen, having a bit of bad luck this week, though Parmesan Belgrade do have a point to their name, and they'll be looking to hit early, and they do through Stephen early on here, getting themselves into the driving seat of this match. And that's a brilliant hit there by Stephen in the middle of the pitch, just slots it in the back of the net. And Callum, unfortunately, unable to do anything in goals there for Flaberdeen. So Parmesan Belgrade being the team that hits first in this game, and they hit true with that early opportunity as Flaberdeen look to try and get themselves back into this game, but is denied by the goalkeeping efforts there of Zach in goals for Parmesan Belgrade. Dan trims the ball, receives it, Paul at the back post, and then Zach with the save, and unfortunately no one's able to get on that second ball as Zach is trying to recover from the save there. Ben tackling into Dan there, but Dan's going to be the one that comes with the ball. He's going to play in the middle of the pitch to Stewart. Stewart with the shot, and Zach able to make the save, and eventually Parmesan Belgrade get it back to their goalkeeper safely in his box. Short pass out there as the ball looks to try and get away, but Paul's intercepted. Now an opportunity for Flaberdeen. Jamie there in front of goals. Can Jamie get the shot? And the save there from Zach. Still in his box though. Great goalkeeping there from Zach. Came out quickly but managed to stay inside the box and inside the right side of the line for him. Stephen now with the ball for Parmesan Belgrade to Martin. Paddy now gets in there on the action, but Callum there with the save for Flaberdeen. So the game's still at 1-0 as Janie has the opportunity here up in the Parmesan Belgrade half. Paul's shooting for it. Paul with the shot. Another save there from Zach and a secondary save. And the ball goes all the way across goals there, flashing across Parmesan Belgrade goal there, but Flaberdeen unable to do anything with it. Dan wins that ball though. Can Dan get a turn and hit? Looks to play it through to Paul. Paul now. Paul squares it to Stuart. Stuart can't get it anywhere near on target. And you can see the frustration there, kicking out of the board. He's not hit the target with it there. Parmesan Belgrade coming forward through with Paddy to Stevie. Stevie now. A little bit of a push there. Nothing too sinister there. Jamie's up and okay with it. I think it's just a loss of balance. And then the ball squared across and Martin puts it away. Great goal there from Parmesan Belgrade there as Jamie gets up. There's a free man at the back post there. Martin just stands and wait. Great little control there from Martin to stick it into the back of the net. There's Callum and goals for Flaberdeen trying to get a hand on the ball as it came across, leaving the back of his goal wide open, and Martin took advantage. So Parmesan Belgrade put themselves 2 goals to the good in front. And well, we have seen this in the earlier match in the exact same position. It ended up as a 4-4 draw. So the question is going to be, will they actually be able to see it through this time? We'll just have to wait until the end of the match. Anything can happen with this Parmesan Belgrade team. As Stephen plays a lovely ball all the way through to Stevie. Stevie lets it run and takes it into the corner and then plays the ball in, and Paddy gets the final touch on the ball there to put it into the back of the net, making it 3-0. The ball in there from Stevie. Great contribution there from the on loan commissioner player there, and then manages to put it into the back of the net there, Paddy, to get Parmesan Belgrade 3-0 in the lead now. And so they're coming forward once again after having this 3-0 lead, looking like they're in a comfortable position here as Flaberdeen look to push forward themselves, try and get back in. Stuart with the ball, switches it over to Jamie. Jamie now looking to find Beans, does so. Will Beans get the shot away? Oh, and unfortunately for Beans and Flaberdeen, it just bounces back off the post. They've just had absolute rotten luck this week, Flaberdeen, unfortunately for them. And it's still 3-0 to Parmesan Belgrade as Zach collects the ball cleanly there. And now Stephen coming forward for Parmesan. Coming forward, Stephen still for Parmesan. And finishes it there. Lovely run there by Stephen. Goes past 2 players. Stuart first and then Beans there into space. It looks like he's been pushed way too far into the corner of the pitch there. But he manages to get that shot away and he absolutely hits that. And it's 4-0 to Parmesan Belgrade. And will this finally be the chance for them to get comfortable with this lead and be able to see the game out? Who knows? We're just going to have to, again, as I said, go through the game and see what happens at the end here. Anything can happen in this match, and we will just have to wait and see how it ends up for them. Flaberdeen right now in front of the Parmesan Belgrade goal here, and eventually Zach sees that there, and Luke tries to get across but doesn't, and Beans gets the shot away. Now Luke is claiming that Beans is in the box here. It did look like Luke might have been in the box beforehand. If we have a look here, that is very tight there. The ball definitely is hit by Beans when it's on the part he's hitting is outside the box. So definitely the contact's made outside the box. It's a fair goal. I think Luke might be deflecting from his own poor defending there. Potentially. It did look like from this angle he might have touched it in the box there. Regardless, anyway, goal's been given. The bottom line is it was a valid and fair goal by Beans, and therefore the referee has done a great job counting that as a valid goal. 4-1 for Parmesan Belgrade now, with Flaberdeen getting that goal through Beans, and they still continue to drive forward here. Stuart with the ball at feet. Stuart with a shot there, and it just goes wide, and the second ball's available for Beans. Paul waiting for it as well, but Beans collects it, plays to Stuart, and a great leg out there for Zach to deny the opportunity there. If he hadn't been placed there, there was a good chance I could have went through. As Stephen in front of goals now, but Terry comes in. Stephen still has the ball. Terry, can he win the ball? Yes, he does. Now Flaberdeen on the break here. Stuart takes the shot, and Stuart gets the goal. And you can see a bit of relief on his face there, Stuart, that he's finally converted a goal in this game after having multiple opportunities. Great finish there by Stuart, placed it into the bottom corner. Big credit to Terry, though, for winning that ball back off of Stephen for Parmesan Belgrade, and that makes the score 4-2 in this match. Parmesan Belgrade still have a 2-goal lead, and maybe you could say it's a bit nervous for them, considering again it's what's happened earlier, that they have been in comfortable positions and walked away with a draw. You're just really hoping for them in this game that they will actually see this through. There's still another 2 goals for Flaberdeen to get as they come forward, and Zach saved there, stopping Flaberdeen and Terry from cutting the goal difference down to 1. But Parmesan Belgrade intercept the ball through Stevie. Luke back to Stevie. Can Stevie convert here? And a great save there by Callum. I thought that was going to go in the back of the net, and that would have been 5-2 and potentially would have seen Parmesan Belgrade home, but not quite, as things really do start to slow down now as Luke passes it to Stephen, who's in space. He's got Paddy for help there. It's being saved by Callum. Stephen, they're cheered on by the crowd. Paddy now, and Paddy converts it. And there also goes the final whistle, if you're able to hear in the background there. It looks like that's the last bit of play there. Stephen, his initial shot saved. The ball lands back to him. Eventually plays it Paddy. Paddy puts in the back of net. And remarkably, Parmesan Belgrade do see the game out and get the points. 5-2 final score. Game number 10 of Week 11, Season 8 Fat Fives Football, and we have Fatburn Rovers versus O.B City for you now. Fatburn Rovers in green, shooting from left to right, and O.B City in black, shooting from right to left. Early on here, Fatburn Rovers with the opportunity up against the O.B City goal, but unable to convert. As Lewis now for O.B City on the counter-attack, but it is saved by Finlay in goals there. O.B City looking to restart from their own goals as the ball is played upfield, and Craig battling well with the ball there, but eventually loses out and tries to win it back from Mitchell there, who does get past him. And now Mitchell on the move, plays it through to Sean. Sean now has the opportunity to shoot, and he scores, giving Fatburn Rovers the early lead in this match. Great run there by Mitchell, seeing the supporting run of Sean, playing it into the middle of the pitch, and then Sean there just shoots it past Matthew Ingalls and Willie in defence there, and that goes into the back of the net to give Fatburn Rovers the lead in this match, and with the scoreline of 1-0. So O.B City behind in this game, looking to try and get back as soon as they can to try and square things up once again for them. Willie with the ball at feet, looking to find a runner, and does so in Lewis there. Lewis now looking up in the middle. There's Goggs now. Goggs plays it to Adam. Adam with the shot, and the shot just high from Adam over the goal line there. Fatburn Rovers looking to start again from the back as the goalkeeper signals that he's looking for a runner. But unfortunately, Stevens ran a bit too far from the ball as Willie takes the shot there, and it just goes wide of the goal. I think everybody, including the commentators here, thought that was going to go into the back of the net, but unable to there. As a long ball by Willie goes all the way up to find Nathan. Nathan now battling on the opposite side, hits it across the wall there, and now Stephen will pick up, but a heavy touch there, plays it to Goggs, and now Lewis will pick up against Finlay. Lewis with the shot, Lewis with the goal, and O.B City are back into this match. Goggs with some juggling there, and then Lewis with a lovely little touch there. In fact, I don't think he does. I think he plays the dummy to Finlay. Finlay takes the touch, and it actually just bounces off of Lewis's leg ever so lightly, and then Lewis takes full advantage of the ball being in a prime position for him to smash into the back of the net. So 1-1 now the score in this game, and Fatburn Rovers looking to try and find a way to get back into the lead of this match now as they look to play it up into the O.B City half. Mitchell trying to get on the end of the ball, but it looks like Willie's going to come away with that ball, and now it's played all the way through to Nathan. Nathan letting it bounce off the ball before he takes it in, plays it to Lewis. Lewis left it to Goggs. Goggs back to Lewis. Lewis hits it, and that's the second goal for Lewis, and that's second goal for O.B City. Lovely bit of play here. Lewis gives the dummy there against Robbie, lets it roll away to Goggs, and then Goggs just plays it perfectly just in front of the line for Lewis to hit it into the back of the net. And O.B City now are in the driving seat of this game and have the lead in this match. And the scoreline being 2-1 in their favour as Fatburn Rovers look to try and start their own attack here. Robbie with the ball on the far side looking for somebody to support, but it's forced to play all the way back to Sean. who then loses it up the opposite side there. Robbie intercepts the pass though and can start another attack here, but unfortunately the pass did not find its target and it lands safely at the feet of Matthew and goes for O.B City. Pass straight through to Goggs here, and Goggs is around back of Lewis, and can Lewis finish? Yes, he can. Lewis finishes. That's Lewis's third goal in this game and a third goal for O.B City overall. The hat-trick signifying all the goals for O.B City that puts them into a comfortable position with a 2-goal lead in this match. Brilliant finish there by Lewis, and credit to Goggs for noticing the run there and holding up the ball perfectly for Lewis to get onto the end of it there. So 3-1 O.B City after falling behind early on in this game. They have come back with gusto in this match as Robbie wins the ball there on the opposite side of the pitch, and he's up against Goggs. Goggs keeping him there for company. Eventually finds Sean. Sean back to Robbie now as they look to slowly build this up. Mitchell in front of goals, and Mitchell does convert, and that will give Fatburn Rovers something to galvanise behind in order for them to start up a new attack after this in an attempt to try and equal things there. Great finish there by Mitchell. Great pass to find him in that position as well. And that's the sort of injection into the arm that Fatburn Rovers will need to get them firing once again, as the ball's in the O.B City half. It's a little bit loose here, and Terry with a shot and the save there. Robbie with a follow-up. Another save by Matthew. 2 incredible saves. And then there's a shout here. The ball all the way to Goggs. Oh, what a goal by Goggs. That is fantastic there. Defensive panic almost from O.B City converted into perfect counter-attack play. Lovely pass there. And the first time volley from Goggs brought that ball under control and slotted it into the back of the net. And that is a fantastic 4th goal for O.B City. Massive, massive contender for goal of the season, you would think, considering that the position that O.B City were in, trying to scramble that ball away from the front and then get it converted. 4-2 now as Fatburn Rovers have opportunity in front of goals there, but the save from Matthew. Terry with a second chance and the rebound from Sean, and what a save there by Matthew. Almost tumbling over, but his foot in the correct position, and it stays strong and clears that ball away there. And the ball has been turned over by Mitchell there. Goals in front of goals, and the save from the goalkeeper. Now Robbie looks to pick it up, but unfortunately can't create anything from it there. Willie with the ball, looking to play it back to his goalkeeper, but Goggs takes the ball instead. Now it reaches the O.B City goalkeeper, and then it's played to Nathan. Nathan with a heavy touch though. Mitchell's picked up. Robbie with a shot from distance, and Robbie slots it in the back of the net. And Fatburn Rovers definitely needed that goal, as we are very, very close to the end of this game there. And with that goal from Robbie, does cut the goal difference in this match to only 1, giving Fatburn Rovers an outside chance, but still a chance for them to get something out of this game. We've kicked off and we're going now. Fatburn Rovers need to get that ball under control though, as Craig picks up for O.B City, plays it to Goggs. Goggs deflects it off of Terry and unable to convert anything from there. Fatburn Rovers now in the dying moments need to get this ball up the pitch. It's rolled out, but it's intercepted by Craig. Robbie looks to pick it up, but not enough time. And it's 4-3 to O.B City as the final score. Penultimate game of Week 11, Match 11 of Season 8, Week 11, sees Bayern Bru versus Ivory Toast. Bayern Bru in purple shooting left to right, and Ivory Toast in yellow shooting right to left. Early on here, Bayern Bru venturing up into the Ivory Toast half, but Neil in goal, so Ivory Toast make the save and rolling out to release Chucky. Chucky now pushing forward, but Colin in goals for Bayern Bru, pushing that shot away. Ivory Toast now up into the Bayern Bru half. It's their turn to be attacking, but the ball is rolled all the way across here. And now Gareth has the opportunity, but Neil's able to palm that shot away to deny Gareth an opportunity to get the opening goal of the game. As Ivory Toast now turning the game around, playing it all the way out wide, and Ian's shot there from the far side, curling, but across over to where Liam is for Ivory Toast. Now Lewis with the ball. Can Lewis get the shot away? Yes, he does. There's the opening goal for Ivory Toast in this match, and Lewis there with the goal, taking the ball into his feet. Well there, Lewis from Liam, and then getting the shot away as Cheesy tried to come across and make the block, and potentially that might have put the goalkeeper in a position where couldn't have the best views to see the shot. So we're underway once again. 1-0 to Ivory Toast as Neil pulls off another save there to deny Bayern Bru the chance to get back into this game early on. The ball now off camera into the right hand corner. There's shouts that he's not got enough room in the corner. You can hear from the players there, but eventually there's enough room given and the ball gets played out, and now it's Ivory Toast away with it. Chucky with the shot there, and Chucky does eventually get it in the back of the net. Little bit of kind of confusion. You see there were the players, but the referee did say that it had room, and so it's fairly played out from there. It finds Chucky in front of goals, and Chucky converts to make it 2-0 to Ivory Toast. So Ivory Toast in the driving seat in this match now as Chucky once again with the ball looks to find Lewis. Lewis trying to find Lenny from the commissioner squad, and Lenny just hitting wide there, the on loan player. But Liam now, top goal scorer for Ivory Toast, playing it back to Lenny. Lenny with another opportunity, straight at Colin in goals though, looks to try and do it again, and then Colin makes the save. Good number of saves there to deny Lenny the opportunity there to get the goal. And now Bayern Bru coming forward through Roscoe, playing it out wide there to Martin. Martin looking to cut in, trying to find his captain there. Does eventually do it so. And then it does end up in the back of the net from Craig there. Brilliant piece of play. Roscoe takes that ball, unfortunately just goes off camera, so we're unable to see. But we do see the ball shooting across the goal line there. And then with a big step of a shot there from Craig, he sees it into the back of the net to make it 2-1 to Ivory Toast in this match. So the kickoff here with Ivory Toast trying to get back into control of this game after Bayern Bru have got themselves a goal now, with Greg with the ball trying to push forward, but unfortunately is stopped there by the Bayern Bru players. Long ball by Roscoe looking to find Leaps, does so. The ball holds up well for him. It takes a shot and it's just inches away from getting into the back of the net. There looked like it was destined to go into the back of the net, but unfortunately for Bayern Bru and Leaps, it doesn't, as Craig looks to come forward once again for Bayern Bru. Lovely run there, but Chucky intercepts. Chucky through, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and Chucky finishes it calmly there. Great interception, takes it away. Only Martin on the other side, and Martin comes absolutely rushing back to try and get in front there, but is definitely unable to. Chucky with all the time in the world, and he slots it past Colin in goals to give Ivory Toast a 3-1 lead. And unfortunately for Bayern Bru, that literally turned from attack into defence there. But they've hit the post there through Gareth, and Cheesy gets on the rebound there. A very good bit of luck there from Bayern Bru there. As Gareth's shot hits off the post, and you can see first time from Cheesy, as soon as it leaves the box, he puts the foot in there, and it just unfortunately bounces off of Neil and into the back of the net for both Neil and Ivory Toast there. Not much they could do about it. Very, very quick reactions there for Cheesy, and the scoreline is now 3-2, and Ivory Toast lead here could be a bit precarious, as Bayern Bru are now on the defence looking to try and get that ball out of their half of the pitch and up the end of the pitch, and they've done so. Here's Roscoe now, looks to try and find Cheesy, and Cheesy just hits it over the bar. And amazingly enough, this game has absolutely flown by. We're into the last bits of play here. Neil trying to play it back to Greg, but he's missed the ball there, and there's a rush to get it into the corner there. Referee with a whistle to the mouth. 3-1 to Ivory Toast. Final score of the game. Final game of week 11 sees Scrandinavia versus Rapid Viennetta. Scrandinavia in red, shooting from left to right, and Rapid Viennetta in orange, shooting from right to left. And this is what it's been building up to all this week. Scrandinavia winning all their games so far. Rapid Viennetta unfortunately losing all their games so far, which means if Scrandinavia can win here, they will secure the title here. And it's gone a disastrous start for them though, as Aiden has got the opening goal here for Rapid Viennetta. Mike there for Scrandinavia coming across trying to intercept the ball, but actually placed it perfectly for Aiden. And then Wayne gets his feet confused there, almost toppling over backwards as Aiden slots it into the back of the net. And the one thing Scandinavia needed to do in this game, which was win, has now been put under an early threat here with Rapid Viennetta getting that early goal. So just to confirm, if Scandinavia win this game with Rapid Viennetta sitting in second and have lost their games this week, this would confirm Scandinavia as Season 8 title winners. So there's everything to play for here. Rapid Viennetta wanting to stop that from happening and push it into the last week. And Scandinavia obviously would love to wrap it up early with the majority of their team available this week. Cal now with the ball just to the left of the camera now. Did have support there from a teammate, but eventually it goes all the way to Wayne. And now a quick ball out to Chris. Chris gets the ball under control now, up against Cal. Good turn there with a shot and smashes that into the back of the net. That is incredible, that shot from Chris. Takes it in, halfway line there, takes on Cal, a lovely little turn inside, and then absolutely powers that into the top corner. Nothing James in goals can do about that, you have to say. Nothing can be done to stop a shot with that power and placement. And it's 1-0, and Scandinavia found themselves back into this game quickly. And now this is their opportunity to get themselves into position where they could almost taste that league title. The Rapid Viennetta will definitely not lie down to them here, especially after the good start. But Champers through with the ball, and James gets the save there to deny Champers on getting that vital second goal to put Scandinavia in the lead. Aiden now looking to play the ball all the way back to Cal. Cal has Chris, closed him down there, finds Aiden. Aiden still has the ball, looking for the runner. Does find the runner, plays the shot, and Wayne makes a save there from Martin. But now Chris is doing goals against James, and Chris has slotted it into the back of the net, and it's gone from one end to the other. Martin's shot saved there by Wayne. Matthew pick up that ball quickly, lovely through ball to Chris. Chris put in the back of the net, and Scandinavia are now in the lead. And this is the position that they were wanting early on in this game, to be in the driving seat and to then be able to build upon it, no doubt. And that is where they are right now. 2-1 is the scoreline, and Rapid Viennetta really need to get going here in terms of getting another goal. Otherwise, there's a fear that Scandinavia could just absolutely stick ball after ball past them here. But that's a lovely pass there from Rapid Viennetta, but unfortunately is unable to hit the target. Cal now lost the ball out from Chris here as Chris runs forward, plays the Homer. Homer squares it back. Champers got it there, and James with the save. James doing a great job for Rapid Viennetta in this game, denying Scandinavia numerous chances to pull away in the lead with more goals as Cal looks to close down there from Chris, but Chris is picked up all the way back to Adam. Adam with the shot, and James with the save there as the ball comes right up against the camera there. Chris using the wall to his advantage though, up against Cal, and then it's still going though. Jack can't get the ball away. Chris still has it. James gets down early, and a great choice there of goalkeeping from James as he managed to get a strong hand to deny it there. Scandinavia again on the attack, absolutely pulverising the Rapid Viennetta goal here. They are not giving them a chance to get out of their own half here, and not a chance to get up the pitch and put any threat in there. And there is the third goal for Scandinavia. I think truly for Rapid Viennetta, you have to say, it's taken an unorthodox touch, you'd have to say, on the way. You can see from Lewis, it just hits the back of the foot and absolutely bamboozles James in goal there. And will that be the key moment of the game that Scandinavia pull away from Rapid Viennetta and secure the title? There's a 2-goal difference here. And remember, Rapid Viennetta just need to get a draw here in order to make it go to the last week. But anything can happen here in this match. Because remember, this is Scandinavia playing against Rapid Vienna in second place. And so not only is basically a 6-pointer in this game because of the two of them playing there. So in this scenario right now, Scandinavia are in the driving seat with it and don't have to worry about anything else but the result of this game. Lewis now playing it into Aiden. Aiden now looking to find the pass of Lewis, and Pat and Lewis there unfortunately unable to convert. Homer now picked up the ball. Homer with the shot, and Homer with the goal. And that's the fourth goal for Scandinavia in this match. Lewis there, lovely pass to find Homer in front of goals there. Homer then just takes it just out wider, puts it in off the post. And that could be it. That could be the goal that actually seals it for Scandinavia as we are pressing through this game with still a bit of time left, but not a huge amount. And you've got to wonder, so far in this game, can Rapid Viennetta get 3 goals from what we've seen so far? There's still time though for us. Rapid Viennetta need to get moving quickly as James has the ball at feet. And you can see on the other side of the pitch, Timber, the tiredness is starting to kick in here. Very humid day here when these matches were played. And the ball here, Lewis tries to find Aidan, does so. Aidan in front of goals, has Lewis and Scrandinavia in front of him. And Aidan puts it in the back of the net there. And that is cutting away one more goal. But the question is, will Rapid Viennetta have enough time in order to get more goals and potentially stop Scrandinavia? Looking at the time, it's not going to look like it, though. The 2-goal lead, it looks like Scrandinavia will be able to confirm the title as soon as the full-time whistle goes. The long ball all the way up there, James definitely in the box there. I think a couple of shouts here. You can sense the excitement from the Scandinavian players here, though, that they know that they just need to see this through. Thomas whips that ball away out of the pitch there. Referee's looking at the clock. I think the whistle's about to go. Yes, it does. 4-2 Scandinavia. They are crowned Season 8 champions. Confirmation of all the scores from Week 11, including that final match, Rapid versus Scrandinavia, in the 4-2 that secured Scrandinavia the title. And looking at the league table, as you can see there, confirmation that with that win, Scandinavia eventually had a 10-point lead over the Ivory Toast in second place and secure the title for Season 8. Congratulations to Scrandinavia on winning Season 8 Fat Fives Football. Fat Fives are constantly looking for new players. Our registration window is never closed. You can find our player registration form at our website, fatfives.football. Fat Fives are delighted to offer opportunities to all local, national and international businesses to work in partnership with our sponsorship programme. Head to fatfives.football/sponsor to see our brochure. Don't forget to like and subscribe to make sure that you're notified of all the highlights for this upcoming season.